Hello, Medford Poetry Gathering friends. This is Vince,
and Naomi,
welcoming you once again to our home and to the June 2020 Medford Arts Center Poetry Gatherings. This month, we'll be posting a video every Friday of the month. So visit the MedfordArtsCenter.com website and visit us on YouTube at our channel. Search for Medford Arts Center Poetry. Each of the Fridays in June, we'll be sharing with you words from local artists, as well as words from women around the world and across the decades, and finally, words of impact. Tonight, we'll begin with words from our friends in the Poetry Gathering. We have some wonderful words from a good friend, Pam Spice, words inspired by the Forgotten Angels Horse Rescue just up the road on Hartford Road in Medford. Here's Pam's A Faithful Friend. Exquisite creature, loyal, true, a horse is kind, a faithful friend. It likes to ride and share the view. Exquisite creature, loyal, true. It's beautiful and gentle too. On pleasant jaunts you can depend. Exquisite creature, loyal, true. A horse is kind, a faithful friend. Thank you, Pam. And now from Sue. Cookies, cookies, yum. A sweet treat always welcome. Baked or bought, delish. Thank you, Sue. Now from Rita. What can I do? With no skill, no saving grace, alas, a chocolate chip cookie. Thank you, Rita. And now some words from a good friend, Pat. A viral tonic, mouthful of summer. Jersey blueberries. And finally, also from Pat, a poem called Optimism. Cloud arms, open wide, beckoning me, urging me up, embracing me, with blue sky watching, painting a picture of possibility. Anything is possible. Thank you, Pat. Our first artist was born in June of 1917 in Topeka, Kansas. She won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1950. She wrote a personal celebration and the struggle of ordinary people. And about poetry, she said, "A poem doesn't do everything for you. You are supposed to go on with your thinking. You are supposed to enrich the other person's poem with your extensions, your uniquely personal understandings, thus making the poem serve you." This is Gwendolyn Brooks, A Song in the Front Yard. I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I want to peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I want to go in the backyard now, and maybe down the alley, to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't go to 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad woman, that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate. But I say it's fine. Honest, I do. And I'd like to be a bad woman, too. And wear the brave stockings of night black lace, and strut down the streets with paint on my face. Gwendolyn Brooks. Our next artist was born in June of 1892 in Hillsborough, West Virginia. She was a writer and novelist. She won the Pulitzer Prize in 1932 and was the first American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1938. Pearl Buck was also a poet, and she wrote the poem Essence. I give you the books I've made, body and soul bled and flayed, yet the essence they contain in one poem is made plain. And one poem is made clear. On this earth, though far or near, without love, there's only fear. Pearl Buck. And finally, one of our favorite artists at the Poetry Gatherings, born in Maple Heights, Ohio in September of 1935 and winner of the 1984 Pulitzer Prize for Poetry. This is Mary Oliver's Not Anyone Who Says. Not anyone who says, I'm going to be careful and smart in matters of love? Who says I'm going to choose slowly? But only those lovers who don't choose at all, but were, as it were, chosen by something invisible and powerful and uncontrollable and beautiful and possibly even unsuitable. Only those who know what I'm talking about in this talking about love. Mary Oliver. Next are words of impact. These words come from an artist born in 1941 in New York City. She was a writer, producer, and director, and she graduated from Wellesley College in 1962. In 1996, Wellesley College invited back Nora Ephron, and this is an excerpt from her commencement address. What are you going to do? Everything is my guess. It will be a little messy, but embrace the mess. It will be complicated, but rejoice in the complications. It will not be anything like what you think it's going to be like, but surprises are good for you. And don't be frightened. You can always change your mind. I know, I've had 4 careers and 3 husbands. And this is something else I want to tell you. One of the hundreds of things I didn't know when I was sitting here so many years ago. You are not going to be you, fixed and immutable you, forever. Nora Ephron. And finally, Tom Schulman, writing in 1989 and winning the Academy Award for Screenwriting in 1990. These words of impact. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. And medicine and law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. This is Vince.
And Naomi.
Wishing you all good health and hoping to see you all very soon. Good night.
Good night.